Greetings and welcome to Magic with Tamla Farron. Today we're going to talk representations. Because we are in the autumn aspect, we are in the version of the harvest, the first, the last, the connection with the dead, and representations of the dead. Now, in transition, ancestors, death, rebirth, life, all of this is represented in the Samhain ceremonies. When you decorate for Halloween, we put up skeletons. We put up pumpkins for the harvest and protection. We put up turnips for the harvest and protection. We put all different aspects into the modern day decorating that represents the old ways. Everything comes to terms and into light when you see everything that is around you. Even Thanksgiving is the representation of the harvest and thanking the gods for everything that we've been given. Most people will sit there and say, no, it's this kind of. No. For us, this is what it represents. The cornucopia, the bundles of wheat and flowers and herbs and everything that is processed and brought into the bounty of the season is sacred to us. Skulls, bones, pictures of your ancestors, favorite drinks to be placed at the altar, or food that maybe Meme liked or made that you still do, and placing it out for them as offerings, a piece of their belongings, whether it's clothes or it's jewelry or it's something that they collected, something they enjoyed, you place it upon your ancestral altar in honor and respect. Perfumes, colognes, different stones that represent them. I know my mom was very much into peridot because it was her birthstone and she loved it. She absolutely loved it. So I placed peridot on my ancestral altar at that time of the year for her in representation. Scents. My mother loved different incense that either she created or she bought. There was one by Gonish that she absolutely adored, and it was, oh my gosh, mists of something, but it smelled like black cherry. It was definitely a black cherry. And when I burned that in process for her, the whole house resonates her energy. It's just, it's crazy. So if you have different scents that respond, like my grandmother, lavender, it builds and it brings them closer. It brings their energy, their spirit closer to interact with you and your family. It's very giving. Flowers. My mother was really into marigolds and begonias, and she had those in her gardens, the lily of the valley. She had those in her gardens all the time. And she didn't have just little marigolds. She had great big marigolds and mums. Oh my God. All over the place. And even yellow rose. My mom loved yellow roses. So I try to bring some of those into the home for her at this time of year so that she knows that she's welcome within the home. Music for my ancestors, it's folk, and my mom loved the 40s. She grew up in the 40s, like she was in her 20s, so big band music is a huge thing for her. And if I start playing it, I can feel her and my dad in the rooms. I know that they're there. My meme was folk music, family French folk music. It goes through the 50s and the 60s, the 70s, all brings out my ancestors and my family. So it really sparks the energy within the home and around us. Clothes. Now, you may have a shirt from your father or a coat from your mother or something, a hat. Place it. They recognize it. They know that that's theirs. They're honored. They show thanks for this. Now, herbs, you can, if you have a specific herbal tea that they liked, or herbal essence an oil that they used. I mean, not everybody's parents were pagan like mine, but there might be a scent that they used or they enjoyed, like mint. Maybe they liked mint tea. So you brew a pot of mint tea and you put a cup down for them and for you, and you share the tea with them. They'll connect. They'll be thrilled and honored that you remembered. It's a simple thing, but it's a remembrance. And the fact that they're being honored and remembered is what we need. The respect needs to be there. Handwritten letters, cards. If you have an overwhelming bunch of emotions and you want to get them down on paper and you want them to know, you write the letter, you put it on the altar, and on Samhain you read it to them. Then maybe you leave it at their gravesite with a candle, letting them know this is how you feel. A card in honor and respect. And sometimes I find that those who don't know how to write, but they know how to create art, draw, if they do something that represents their ancestors, like my mom, it would be an owl. If they draw an owl and place it on their grave or on the altar, the ancestral altar that is, then you're giving respect and honor. You know that represents them, that that's a part of them. And, maybe Pepe or your grandfather did a lot of fishing, so you do a drawing of him fishing. Maybe if he took you when you were little, you put a little you, and let them know when you're placing it on the altar or on their grave. This is me and you when we went fishing. Remember, Pepe? Remember, Grandpa? It's like an essence of memory. Ashes. Now, if you have their ashes within your home, place them on the ancestral altar. If you have them, say, on a mantle or something normally, but your ancestral altar is in a different place, take them down and put them on your ancestral altar just for Samhain. So they know that they are being honored. They know that they're not being left out of that respect, that focus. Now, one of the things that I tend to do when there is a burial, I take some of the graveyard dirt on the top. Down the road, if I'm cleaning around the tombstone and there's graveyard soil, I'll take some. If there's moss, I'll take some off and I'll dry it out and I'll jar it. When I'm trying to connect with them, I use it. I don't have their ashes, but I do have something that is connected to them. And as it being a part of the earth, it resonates with them. I also use different aspects of, how do I put this? When I'm doing a spell and I want my mother's energy, or I want a connection to them, I place it with the spell that I'm doing. In other words, if I'm doing a spell for my granddaughter to heal, and I want my mother's influence with this, I want her to connect with me so that we can both put the energy into this spell, I will bring some of the dirt or some of the moss and place it in the spell. Therefore, I know for a fact her energy is being placed into this, and she is helping to heal her great-granddaughter and my granddaughter. It is very simple and very typical of anybody who is placing all of this stuff and trying to gather it for Samhain. You place the different pictures, as you see behind me, I have an ancestral cupboard, and I have pictures of my parents and my grandparents and, different things that belong to different people. And that's where I put it. When I light candles for them, I do it here. It is in front of the cabinet, but at the same time, I can put stuff, offerings, and stuff for them as well. It's a connection, and it's the way I do things. Having an ancestral altar open to the touches of other people for me is not a good idea. I've had people try to come and take pictures and different things off of it and dishonor it because they felt they were owed it. And that doesn't work with me. It was given to me, therefore it is mine. Therefore I will use it as I see fit. But I hope this helps you, and I hope this works with you so that you've got this meticulous image of how things should be placed upon your ancestral altar. You've got enough time between now and Samhain to build something spectacular. And the energy can only build within your home. The protection, the guidance, the answers you seek will come through. I hope this has helped you. I hope you enjoy this. Do me a favor, please click like and subscribe. Thank you for joining me today. Many blessings unto all of you.